Physically punishing children is always such a controversial topic. Some strictly believe children should be spanked, some think they shouldn't, and others can see both sides of the argument for or against this type of punishment. To ensure that children understand what they have just done is wrong, they need to be spanked. Solely talking to children will not produce the results needed because they are more than likely not listening with the intent of correcting the behavior. Because parents have become so intent that spanking causes psychological problems and they don't spank their children anymore, there have been many violent outbursts at schools. Children like this do not have strict repercussions, and this leads them to believe that it is okay to act in certain ways that are unacceptable. Many people believe the myth that spanking children will lead them to fear you as a parent. If the punishment is done correctly, it will not cause them to have these types of feelings toward you. Instead of spanking, most parents think their child will respond to a lecture from them, but that is not entirely true either. Solely giving a child a lecture does not teach them that their behavior is unacceptable. It only teaches them that they can behave however they want because they will only be sternly talked to. This type of punishment gives them no reason to stop behaving in this way. Once they are able to associate something negative, such as spankings, with this type of behavior, they will begin to put a stop to it. How many children actually wholeheartedly listen to their parents when they are being lectured? Not many. Since corporal punishment has become an option in the school system, there has been an increase in the number of violent outbursts from students because they know they will not be physically punished for what they have done. If a student knows they will not get swats, then they have no punishment to fear at school. In-school suspension, or ISS, is not a type of punishment. It's usually taken as a joke, and students get to do whatever they please while in there. Debate.org argues that the rise of violent behaviors is from the lack of consequences at school. When at school, if a student does something that deserves a physical punishment, the principal should be able to correct the student in that manner. Many people are becoming blind to the fact that not all people who have been spanked suffer from psychological disorders. Most of those who do have a problem have been abused, not just spanked for misbehavior. When it is done incorrectly, spanking can lead children to fear their parents. Only when the action is abused does spanking children lead them to fear you as a parent. Most of the time, it allows children to be more respectful because they know that the parent is in charge and will punish them if they begin to act out. Parents should not partake in the action out of anger, but out of love for their child and wanting them to do well. As a child who received spanking, there was nothing worse than hearing my mom say, "This hurts me more than it hurts you," or "I'm doing this because I love you." It always made me so mad when she would say this because I couldn't fathom how it hurt her worse than it hurt me. She wasn't getting the spanking. But as I get older, I understand where she's coming from. She wasn't spanking me out of anger or to hurt me, but rather to better me. She knew that if I associated a bad behavior with a spanking, I probably wouldn't do that again. So many people are quick to disagree with spankings before actually looking at all of the facts presented with it. Dr. Spock published a book that discouraged spanking, but he later came back and realized that the side he took was wrong and corrected his view. He realized that he made a mistake and said that spanking actually was okay. Just like Dr. Spock, at first glance, many people think spankings are so bad, but once they begin to do research on the topic, they see the truth. If it is done correctly, it can have such a positive impact on children's lives. So I challenge you to research the topic and form your own opinion concerning spanking children. Thank you.